Hi, how's it going? Welcome to Rads, my match review of Bournemouth 1, Nottingham Forest 1 in the Premier League today. We'll take a point, I think, at the end of the day. We've got a, terrible record against Bournemouth, so under the circumstances and the fact that Forest are still ultimately quite poor on the road or uninspiring, we'll take a point. But it is frustrating at the same time being down to 10 men, Bournemouth for the final 10 minutes of the game plus injury time. We just didn't look like we wanted to attack enough, or we just looked a bit nervous to attack, I suppose, and that's a bit of a frustration, really. So, yeah, not putting enough emphasis up front on the game is a bit annoying, but other than that, I think we defended pretty solidly, and it was a decent performance, especially away from home. Looking at the team, quite a few changes really. Matt Sell's making his debut. A goalkeeper that didn't look completely lost. That's a very, very good sign, if you ask me. Solid debut. Didn't really have much to do, but he did all right, I thought. Or very solid performance, and hopefully we can no longer worry about that position. Nuno Tavares coming back in. Don't understand at all what Nuno sees in Nuno Tavares. He doesn't fill me with any confidence at all. I just feel we need to stop playing him immediately, if I'm honest. I'm not one to dig out players or insult them for clicks or attention. That's just not what I do. But I just don't think he's good enough. And he's not long-term either. He's on loan. You got Toffolo right there, new contract recently, in great form, has been all season. A leader for me, Toffolo. It's a no-brainer you play him. So I'm just baffled as to why Tavares is playing. Other than that, we saw Nico come into the team. We saw Yates come into the team as captain. We saw Hudson-Odoi and Alanga and Awani all come back into the starting 11. And yeah, that's good to see them return. And then obviously we've got Reina and Ribeiro and Niakate also returning on the bench. Still got two goalkeepers, which is driving my OCD absolutely insane. So I really don't like to see that. Can you stop putting two goalkeepers on the bench? It just felt like quite a dull game in general, really, where neither team were really brave enough to go for the win, particularly Forest in that second half. But looking at the goal to start it, this concentration levels for me just weren't there at all. Suppose you could blame Nico for the first goal in ways for not winning the header, Sinistera out jumping him and then flicking it backwards onto obviously Justin Kluivert, and it was actually my Balotelli that was closest to him. But I just think in general concentration levels weren't great for that first goal. From what I can tell, we bided our luck in that first half and managed to get the odd chance, all of them pretty average chances. I know Yates had a chance, and I know Yates got some stick today for slowing the game down a bit and making a few basic errors, but I still think Yates is a very important player to the team and a leader. And Hudson-Odoi, I've criticised him. A lot of people have criticised him for being ineffective and maybe not fully fit or lacking confidence or whatever. But it was a great goal from him today. I think in general, it's hard for me to comment how he did, but I know that it was a very good goal. A bit like his one against Burnley in ways. So it was good to see us get that equaliser. Just a shame that we couldn't kick on. And I did watch the second half in full pretty much, and it was a solid away performance in the second half. But again, we just lacked that urgency to attack. I think bravery really. Every time I looked, I wasn't watching it constantly, but every time I looked at the screen, it was just like, we still haven't had an attack here, and we just seemed to lack that potency and bravery to put balls into the box or really threaten Bournemouth's goals. So that's frustrating, especially with the players on the pitch that we had. Taiwo starting, Hudson-Odoi, Alanga, Morgan. It's frustrating that, and then Giovanni Reina making his debut. I think he did pretty well under the circumstances. Then again, he didn't play that long, so it's hard for me to tell. Rodrigo Ribeiro making his debut too, so it's interesting to see how much he's going to feature. And he wasn't on very long at all. Obviously, I should actually just mention the red card. I think it was a definite red card. It was a clear foul. No, it wasn't so much a foul, but it was just it was. But it was just reckless play really from Billing. Whether it was deliberate or not, you can't really put your stud into the back of another player. It's reckless. It's dangerous. So yeah, that's it's got to be a red card, unfortunately, for him. And I don't know if it was from that Hudson-Odoi get injured, but he obviously went off, so that's frustrating and a bit concerning that he finally finds a bit of form and then he goes off injured. So hopefully he's all right, and hopefully Chris Wood isn't out too long. But I'm not going to build my hopes up with that one because it doesn't look too good from what I can tell. For me, the next game in the league, I'd probably go with the same team, but I'd have Toffolo in there, no doubt. Do you filter Niakate back in? But it's pretty brutal to take Omobadele out because he's been very solid, I think, since he's come in. Do you just wait until he makes a mistake to put Niakate back in? Because I think for me, Moose is still a big player for us. Midfield, maybe you could put Danilo back in for Yates, but I wouldn't mind either way. Obviously, I haven't got Mangala now, so see how we can do without him. That's going to be interesting. But yeah, I wouldn't change the team too much. In the cup in midweek, I'd probably make a few changes again. Nothing too major, but I'd probably make a couple of changes. Maybe play Niakate in that game, for example. Definitely play Toffolo if you're not going to trust him at the very least, which I just don't understand. Maybe start with Barrow and Reina in that game. Not to say that I don't want to get through in the cup, but we should be able to get through at home against Bristol City, if we're being completely honest. Not being big-headed or anything. I just feel, we should really be winning that game, even if you rotate. But then again, we struggled against Blackpool and Bristol in the first game, so you just never know. But yeah, hopefully we can get through. And then we've got Man United, of course, in the next round if we do, so that's nice and easy. But yeah, if you have enjoyed this, I'm waffling now, please hit the like button, subscribe to Rads if you're new. There might be a video this week before Bristol or maybe after it, but if there isn't, there'll definitely be a Bristol vlog and obviously a Man United, not Man United, that's a bit too soon if we're playing them again, Newcastle vlog on Saturday, so stay tuned to that. And yeah, up the Reds. Thanks for watching, everyone.